Ever felt like you're sending money into a black hole? You punch in the numbers, hit send, and then nothing. Just a digital void. You're left staring at your screen, wondering, did it go through? Where is it? And more importantly, when will it arrive? Specifically, if you're using Ally Bank, you might be asking, how long does a wire transfer really take these days? Because let's be honest, in our instant gratification world, waiting feels like an eternity. We're used to information at our fingertips, instant downloads, and real-time updates. So, when it comes to something as crucial as transferring money, the waiting game can be downright agonizing. Especially if it's a large sum or if it's time-sensitive. Think about it. Maybe you're closing on a house, and the closing documents require a wire transfer. Or you're sending funds to a family member in need, and every minute counts. Perhaps you're paying a vendor for urgent supplies, and the delay could impact your business. The reasons are endless, and the anxiety is real. Now, before we dive into the specifics of Ally's wire transfer timelines, let's establish a baseline. Wire transfers, by their nature, are different from standard ACH transfers. They're designed for larger, more secure, and often faster transactions. But faster is relative. We're talking about moving money between banks, sometimes across international borders, involving multiple parties and security protocols. It's not as simple as sending an email. Historically, wire transfers could take days. You'd initiate the transfer, and then you'd be in a holding pattern, hoping it would arrive within the promised time frame. And if there were any hiccups, incorrect account numbers, bank holidays, or international time zone differences, the delay could stretch even longer. But times have changed. Technology has streamlined many processes, and banks like Ally have invested in improving their systems. So, the question remains, how much has that impacted wire transfer speeds? Let's focus on Ally Bank. Ally, known for its online-only model and competitive rates, has become a popular choice for many. But what about their wire transfer efficiency? First, it's important to distinguish between domestic and international wire transfers. Domestic transfers, meaning those within the United States, are generally faster. Ally states that domestic wire transfers initiated before 4 p.m. Eastern Time on a business day are typically processed the same day. However, that doesn't guarantee the recipient will receive the funds instantly. The receiving bank also plays a role. The receiving bank's processing time can vary. Some banks credit funds immediately, while others may take a few hours or even until the next business day. So, while Ally might process the transfer quickly, the complete transaction time is subject to the receiving bank's procedures. Now, what about international wire transfers? This is where things get a bit more complex. International transfers involve currency exchange, intermediary banks, and varying regulations across different countries. Ally handles these transfers through their partner, which adds another layer to the process. Typically, international wire transfers with Ally can take anywhere from 1 to 5 business days, and sometimes even longer. This range is influenced by factors like the destination country, the currency involved, and any potential compliance checks. Here are some key factors that can impact the speed of your Ally wire transfer, both domestic and international. Time of initiation. As mentioned, initiating the transfer before the cutoff time is crucial. If you miss the deadline, your transfer will likely be processed the next business day. Accuracy of information. Double-check all the details you provide, including the recipient's account number, routing number, and bank address. Any errors can lead to delays or even the transfer being rejected. Bank holidays. Both the sending and receiving banks observe holidays, which can disrupt processing schedules. Currency exchange. For international transfers, fluctuations in exchange rates and the availability of certain currencies can affect the processing time. Intermediary banks. For international transfers often involve intermediary banks that facilitate the transaction. Each intermediary bank has its own processing time, which can add to the overall delay. Compliance checks. Banks are required to comply with anti-money laundering and other regulations, which may involve additional checks and verifications, especially for large transfers or transfers to certain countries. Receiving bank's processing time. As mentioned earlier, the receiving bank's policies and procedures play a significant role in how quickly the funds are credited to the recipient's account. So, what can you do to speed up your Ally wire transfer? Plan ahead. If you know you need to send a wire transfer, initiate it as early as possible on a business day. Verify information. Double and triple check all the details before submitting the transfer. Contact Ally support. If you have any concerns or questions, don't hesitate to contact Ally's customer support. They can provide updates on your transfer and help resolve any issues. Communicate with the recipient. Let the recipient know that you've initiated a wire transfer and provide them with any relevant details, such as the transfer reference number. Consider using a tracking service. Some wire transfer services offer tracking capabilities, which can provide visibility into the transfer's progress. While Ally itself may not offer this directly on all international transfers, their partner may offer some tracking information. Ask Ally support. It's also worth noting that Ally provides information on their website and through their customer service channels regarding wire transfer procedures and timelines. However, these are estimates, and actual processing times may vary. Now, to address the core question, how long does a wire transfer take Ally now? The answer, as you've seen, is not a simple one. For domestic transfers, expect same-day processing if initiated before the cutoff time, but the recipient's bank may take additional time. For international transfers, plan for 1 to 5 business days, or possibly longer, depending on various factors. Ultimately, the best approach is to be prepared and informed. Plan ahead, verify your information, and communicate with both Ally and the recipient. By understanding the factors that can impact wire transfer speeds, you can minimize delays and ensure your funds arrive safely and efficiently. Remember, while technology has improved wire transfer speeds, it's still a complex process involving multiple parties. Patience and proactive communication are key. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.